you hear chuckling in the distance, like near towards, like if you were to go near the front of the island, like if you had to give it like a front, back, and that sort of thing. Kind of like it kind of like like if someone's like sharing perhaps a joke, perhaps an in joke.
Does it sound like the people from the jail cell, or can we tell from that distance?
From the distance, you're not sure who it is, but it certainly does not sound like, because although I couldn't do an accent, the people in the cell really had like, fantasy thick accents, if that helps, kind of thing, to the point where like you would know immediately. It's like, okay, that's not normal. But yeah, it seems to be coming from the quote unquote like front of the island.
Let's go. I love jokes.
Yeah, whatever. Much more cautiously than Esme, but yeah, I'm going over.
Esme is like soft dog and Coda's like sneaky. It's like that one guy who always plays a rogue in all video games as multiplayer. Everyone runs off and he's like stealth mode. You round the corner and you again, this place like there's bodies floating in the ocean kind of thing. Like, how did they get over there? This island has been swept clean, it seems. And at the down the large winding staircase past some of the like overgrown nature and wild bushes and such, onto the dirt and grass, you see what looks like an impromptu shrine of sorts has been built. Like stones have been piled up, very like maybe up to your kneecap, that sort of like from the ground up sort of thing. And sitting cross-legged, like kind of like in the middle of a joke and looks over their shoulder as you round the corner, is Ball.
No!
That motherfucker.
Go home!
I don't even wait. I just charge him and activate the fire on my sword.
Yes.
Yeah!
Sweet. Can I have a melee attack, please? Rizbit?
Yeah, cool. Because I'm doing 2. Is that my multi-attack as well?
All right, cool. I'm just going to move us back to the world map, guys, just because we finished that dungeon.
Oh! Just
Quick question, Darren.
Yes.
Darren, this is
You said it felt like I'd been restored. Does that mean I got my spell slots back, or was it just the fact that I felt my sword had been restored?
If sword, my friend, it is.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. I'm gonna do a level 1 spell, smite thingy. I just wasn't.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
You know what I mean.
like,
Does the 18 hit or 18 miss?
I mean, just roll me damage there, boy.
On all of it?
Yeah, sure, why not?
I don't think this is a fight.
like we did a thing. We were so successful. We had a nice
And then
moment.
this fucker showed up.
Look at all those ones.
Oh no!
Val ruins everything.
Lawrence, everything.
Yeah, we say that in characters, like, Val ruins everything.
As you bring the sword down, Rizbit, it connects with like his shoulder area, in between his shoulder blade and one of his wings.
Wait, what does he look like now?
He's in full like clay, like skeleton mode with the wings and the He looks like he has crooked horns now and kind of that floating crown. And like, this sword embeds itself, Rizbit, and you feel it like ring through, like it strikes it. You've activated, you feel the spell is consumed to do your smite. So for all intents and purposes, that damage has been dealt. And Rizbit, the most thing, I know you only have one eye, but you have a keen eye when it comes to being up close. The top stone of the shrine is bearing a sigil that you know really well, because this exact sigil is on the base of Esme's rod.
Oh, what a meanie! What? It's the Pelor symbol. What a meanie!
He's like, Rizbit, are you really going to? Do you want to do this again? Does it make you feel big? Does it make you feel tall? Is that what this is about?
Hey!
I'll keep hitting you, you little shit.
Hey!
All I'm picturing is Esme doing that, like, hey, look at me, look at my ass. As like Rizbit's just waiting on him. Yes, Esmeralda.
I like that name. Maybe I'll go by that. Hey, so did you kill Pelor?
No. Why?
You're a liar, and you're bad at lying as well.
That's a lot of assumptions in one statement. I wouldn't
I
just show
mean-
up and assume things about you.
I mean, you assumed I was going to kill my friends.
No, I asked. That's Esme. I thought you were intelligent. But
No, that's where we're both wrong. Here, so why'd you kill Pelor? Is it because he's the prettiest one? It's because of me. She
Before
just,
we
like,
go
gets
any
down-
further,
What?
out of character, is Esme actually short for anything?
No, it's just Esme.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Sorry.
yeah,
go
I
on.
think no.
I thought that
I
was a
think I
big
asked.
reveal, like Esmeralda. I was like, what?
It's like,
I imagine-
I don't know.
Yeah, like, I imagine the name is actually short for Esmeralda. It would make the most sense, but
I mean, fuck it, doesn't matter. Well, like obviously, if you want it to be, it does, but like, it doesn't have to.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
she's fine. Esme
I
is,
just-
like, full on.
Yeah. He's like, oh, here we are, Pelor's mighty heroes. And he kind of like
No.
sways his arm.
He's for Mars, and then she points back at Isidora's like, Isidora's for the machine gods, and then Coda's for himself because he's a self-made man. I'm the only one here who's for Pelor, and not you. And is that why you're jealous? Jealous.
What? Why isn't it? What, Esme, I have a question. I have an honest question. And he's like haphazardly like swatting away at Rizbit as Rizbit like swells on.
Is Rizbit just beating him at this
Let's
whole
just
time?
keep going, like.
I'm on board.
I love
you.
this.
Just keep stabbing him in the back while I'm talking to him from the front.
Esme, why? Can you just answer this? Why are you and your friends always here when I just had ice plan? What did I do to you?
I mean, so way back when I picked up a knife, never used it. Then I used it, not by accident, but I did. And then you just suddenly started haunting our steps. So what's wrong? Are you intrigued? Do you want a date? I'll go on a date with you if you want. Like, we
I'm
can go
married.
on a date. You're married. Wait, hold on. Excuse me. And she takes off like she's got the missile snaring gloves on. She takes off her gloves and just like one finger at a time. It's like, are you expecting me to believe you have in fact married my sister? I was not invited to the wedding.
Yes.
And then he just goes up and just starts beating the shit out of him. She just starts screaming. It's like, nobody doesn't invite me to my bitch sister's wedding. She starts beating the hell out of him. All she wants to do is just grab the horns and then try and headbutt him. That's the move.
I mean, it's Esme has a headache now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No.
I mean, can I
she's
insight
fine.
him to see if that was actually true?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh no. Ooh. Can I detect thoughts?
Ugh, that wasn't great.
Esme, when you do that, all you hear, can you do the can you do it? But it's like sang in like Japanese, so he's just like completely.
Oh, yeah.
fucking out.
Heather just starts singing it too because she's like, no, wait, no, this is a good song. But I can't believe you married my sister, and then you keep haunting me. What's wrong with you, man? And you killed the god of life. What the hell? What is your damage?
I just want to leave. I'm here, and we can't leave because of the whole if we use our god powers, the order will get into. I can't stand here. I can't stand your kind. You're like insects, just like it's the smell of your kind is completely revolting, and I want out. I want it out. They were going to resurrect. Well, they're going to resurrect. They were at least going to do some ungodly magic, and I was going to just like skip hop along and let them burn. But I would have gotten out past the little barrier. I would have been free. But of course, you fucked it up. I don't think it's you that's fucking it up.
Wait, are you trying to say that I'm being controlled by someone? Because
And
only
he-
one
yeah,
person
like,
controls
he,
this
like-
body, and that's me.
He wisps around and like points at like the Pelor sigil, and he's like, "It's you." Just couldn't let me have the laugh. Couldn't. So I'm Pelor. I can see it all. You fucking prick.
As I just holds up both of her hands, just like, dude, you're talking to a rock. What the fuck happened to you when you
like? And he was,
Well, now we know who he really wants to date, huh?
And he's like, this is it's punishment. I am being punished. That's what it is, isn't it? It's like one last laugh from big Goldilocks. And he just like pushes Rizbit out of the way. He's just like, get the fuck out of the way. He's like, that's what it is, isn't it? He's like, he put you all here to
You get the
torment me.
fuck out of here.
I'm getting to it, you short stack.
You're the short stack.
I'm not your buddy, guy.
I'm not your guy, pal.
I'm not your pal, friend.
I'm not your bro, dude. He's like he points like a crooked finger at the party. He's like, oh, he put you up this is a joke. It's his little last laugh. I bury that dagger in his fucking back, and he's all, well, I'll just get Ball one last time. He can never let me have anything.
I mean, hands up who's surprised at that revelation.
Esme raises her hand. It's like, I thought he was dead. I didn't think he could cause more trouble by being
He
dead.
is dead. I saw to it.
No, that's what I mean about him killing him.
Hey, wait a minute. She like Isadora, I don't want to silence you because that would be rude. However, he just admitted to killing Pelor.
That's what I mean.
What a
Is
jerk.
anyone really not surprised? Of course the god of murder murdered the god of life.
I know. Hey, wait. Hold on. Val, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
He's like in the middle of like incoherent, just rambling. He's like, yes.
Did you kill Orcus?
No.
Who killed Orcus then?
I don't know. He was dead when we got here.
Oh.
Which is kind of ironic if you think.
Yeah, he's the god of death. He's the god of the undead. Hey, Orcus, not Orcus. Oh, you're Baal, not Orcus. Imagine if you were Orcus, that would have been funny. Then you'd have an army of the undead as opposed to my sister for a wife. Man, that's all you got going for you. You got one of the Nilo girls, not even the best one.
Here, I've got a question. How did you talk the others into it?
Oh, you know, some of them owed me favors. Others just needed convincing. It was a case of like, oh, the ancient evil Lord of Darkness has risen, returned as the Long Dark. Oh, this, you know, like, why not just offer a Pelor, you know, like a strike a deal? And hey, we bada bing, bada boom, and I did it. He said I could never get him, but I fucking got him.
I mean, it kind of sounds like he got you if you're that worked up about it.
As Izzy delivers that zinger, Esme, the rod like kind of like shoots out of your holster, I guess, like a hip holster. I've always assumed she has it on some sort of hip holster. And he like, and like it kind of like does that like twirl, and he grabs it. And he's like talking. He's like, just admit it.
Hey, wait!
This is they're your lackeys, especially the short one, the stupid one. And he's like, this is some sick joke. I just want to go home. I can't stand it. I can't. And he starts like dry heaving, and he's like, oh god, I'm gonna be sick.
It really looks like you won there, Val. Doing great.
Oh, shut up, you! And he starts doing that. I love Kibiri. Make you fuck. He like spits in Coda's direction.
Hey, that's rude. You might be the god of murder, but you are not the god of unkindness, sir.
He wiggles the rod of Coda, and he's like, I may have fucked up my master plan completely, but at least I didn't associate with that dickhead.
Are you talking about Coda or Kabiri?
He just points and he's like, yes.
So it's just like, I cleared that up. Okay.
He starts like sobbing into the rod, and he's like, oh, no, I get it now. I get it. No, I get it. It's like it's punishment. I have to redeem myself. That's what it is.
Oh god.
It's been unfair. That's the issue. Pelor's like, sleeping dead, but he like wiggles his hand. And I've been waltzing around here all godly, and it's just that's what it is. And he just like haphazardly throws the rod back to Esme. He's like, I can fix this. I can fix this, and you won't get me this time.
Are you going to try to become the god of life? What are you doing?
He with quick speed, like grabs the crown that's like floating over his head, and like starts like cackling, and like he starts pulling, and like as he pulls, like light flickers and like shadows are cast from it, and it almost looks like the shadows themselves are taking on like forms of like just appendages, as if trying to grab him to stop. And he's just doing like, I won't do it because
no,
full of, like,
whatever you're doing,
like,
stop it.
But he does like this
take
massive.
A step back.
He does this like massive rattling, like cackly laugh and like rips this crown in two as like this bright light shines out, and like it's a case of like everyone is like like it's piercing light. And as it fades, before you, holding a crown torn into two, is what you would know him to be Carl. That like disguise in quotations, the tall, handsome, dark-skinned, thick, dark hair and a loose ponytail individual stands before you, and he still has that like wide, cackly grin he had as he like ripped this thing in half. But he seems donned in like armor that looks rather exquisite, but it's exquisite in the sense that it certainly looks like beautiful craftsmanship, but it's not like magical looking, if you know what I mean. It just looks like a really top tier blacksmith, and like his blades that like hang out his side are kind of like curved, like kind of like crescent, and is it serrated where it's like kind of like sawtooth, that sort of thing. They're all like that, and he's just like there, and he like just casts the crown down beside the little altar. And he's like, points at the stone. He's like, now it's even, motherfucker. When you wake up, I'll wake up too. And he looks at Esme in the party and he's like, well, I guess I'll see you around.
Wait, hold on. Are you a human right now?
In a loose sense of words, yes.
All I look at, she literally like bends over slightly and is like, look at me right now.
He's like 6'3".
I don't care. It's more the sense of the urgency. It's like, you have a baby with my sister. You don't know what I will turn into a god and I will burn the heavens to do bad by you, sir.
Chuckles and he's like, Esme, make no mistake. The reason why I haven't flayed your skin from your beating, like, still sentient and alive body is simply because your sister asked me to. Of all the wedding vows she chose, it was not to flay, those of you that are of flesh. And his eyes linger on Izzy. He's like, why you still are alive? So I'm going to honor that. Please do not take me as a fool who would blindly honor that. I will kill you if I have to. But nevertheless, call over for tea sometime if you feel up for it. I'm going to go start a church now. He rips out like a piece of parchment, and you see the text kind of like glows and flickers, and like a portal opens, and you can hear the very familiar bustling sounds of Uriel.
As I steps away from that portal.
Oh no, like it's very much like right beside him, purely
Yeah, it's a one-man deal.
Yeah, it's a one-man deal. And he looks at the rod that's like beside the shrine, and he's like, till next time, old friend. And he just like, his crimson eyes, kind of deep, dark, not crimson, but kind of like really, like if you took crimson and darkened it a lot. Eyes, he just kind of like, looks at the party as he walks backwards, and he looks at Rizbit and grins wide. And walks into the portal, and it's this silence, like, seals up. And, silence falls. And the moon itself looks a tad redder than it should be. The same kind of red clay that he has, and that eventually fades. And the only thing that's kind of there with the party amongst corpses is Esme's rod, the impromptu Pelor shrine, and that dagger that started it all, and it's right beside the stone that he etched, clearly with this dagger, the like sigil of Pelor. And we will break there. Damn you, Darren. Love you too, Ian.
Did he just like fucking surrender his godhood?
Seems like it.
Like barely.
Like, he surrendered some...
He made some, like... Basically, it means that if we ever wake Pelor up, we're going to wake up Baal. But all that means is I'm just going to have to basically build a weapon. I'm just going to have to get the God Lance in my hand and then God Lance him as Pelor wakes up.
Excellent. I can't believe he's your brother-in-law now.
Can't believe my sister was just like, hey, Just don't kill anybody and then we're cool.
I love
What
it's like,
the
yeah,
hell?
like, don't
get the
flay
feeling
the
that-
skin from my sister's bones, but other than that, we're cool.
No, I get the feeling that whoever Tessa married, she had to be like, hey, you've met my family. I'm gonna put in the vows. Don't kill them.
Yeah, it's not just applying to him. Anyone she
Yeah.
would potentially marry, she has to be like, hey, please don't flay my sister. Oh, so good. I need to go get some water back inside.
Yeah, I'll be back in a minute.
Yes.
So on the island, before us, there's the wee dagger, and then there's the wee rod. But is Baal's crown there?
Yeah, the remnants of the crown are
I'd like to punt them into the sea.
as Esme's foot connects with them and punts them into the sea, you realize, yeah, it's just simple iron. You could mix
It
gold.
made me feel better. That's what matters. Esme just actually shouts, "Hey, tourists! Are you dead?"
If they were smart, they would have got a boat and gotten out of here.
Yeah, it's a case of as Esme yells at and the party are scanning the horizon with their eyeball wolves. When you guys like docked here, you would have noticed that there was certainly other like maybe not like crossing the ocean where the boats parked up, but there were certainly dinghies to get you maybe back to land, and one of them is clearly missing. So you know,
that's fine.
like draw like no one responds, but that piece of evidence like pops out of the party. So like conclude what you will. That sort of thing.
Esme will spend like 5-10 minutes max making sure that the little shrine that Baal has erected is actually in some kind of good nick. Like she'll actually ignore the fact that he's been the person who did this, and then she'll just try and make it look a bit cleaner and nicer, and then she'll pick up her rod and put it in her holster, and she's gonna bury the dagger as well, just being like, no, I'm just not dealing with you. Let the dirt have you.
Yeah, that's G. Esme does that with gusto, and it's grand. And like as the last mound of dirt is pushed over, it's like a sense of like ease, like befalls the party. If this was Amnesia: The Dark Descent, it would be that blue, like you regain sanity, thing. But yeah, Esme does that. You see the dinghy that took you here that will lead you back to the ship, which will in turn lead you back to land. Do you depart, or what's the sort of? Because I don't want to like play for anyone or anything like that. So you guys stand on the banks as it is kind of getting close to nighttime. It's about maybe 7 now. It was at dusk when you walked out, and now it's like evening time. You hear crickets, that sort of thing. What's the plan?
I'm happy to get you to here.
Yeah, I'll kind of like defer to Rizbit, like do we need to stay or?
No, we're cool to leave.
I'd rather leave before Ludwig or Kabiri shows up. I think we've had quite enough of this place.
Kabiri's dead. We don't have to worry about Kabiri.
Baal showed up, so.
Are we like sailing back to the boat we came in on, or are we sailing to shore?
I think we have to get the dinghy back to the ship, and they're going to bring us back to shore.
Okay. Let's go.
Esme is like, I've been on this boat before. On this.
You guys take the dinghy back. Captain, was just like job well done sort of thing, and like ferries you back the same way through the, the boat submerges down into water, and like moon rays and moonbeams pierce the water, not as effectively as the sun rays, but it's still nice. It's very ethereal and like otherworldly and calming, and you guys find yourself at the port that you began at. And as you step off the boat, the captain remains on it, and he's like, "Where will you go? What will you do?"
We need to get to Dead Man's Haven and stat.
You say that like that's gonna stop her, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's fair. He's like, well, our duty to the the Red Lady is complete. You were requested to stay here and wait for yourself, and he gestures to Rizbit. So he's like, it's back to the sea for us.
I do thank you for waiting.
He's like, of course, of course. Safe travels, and he does like takes off his hat, like captain's tri-corner hat, does like a really like exaggerated bow. He steps back on the ship, and it leaves port and submerges one last time into the ocean. And you don't see where it resurfaces.
Yeah, I bow back to them as they do it.
Yeah, this boat like goes underwater. Like the whole ship goes underneath the water. It's really cool.
Yeah, guys. The small port area, the small dock town sort of thing is here. It certainly seems quiet, properly abandoned now. It seems, silence has befallen it. The kind of canteen / tavern, if it was in its past life, still stands as a sturdy roof. You could probably stay there because it is getting late, or do people want to travel during the night? What are people's thoughts and desires?
I'm happy to stay the night if people are.
Yeah, we should rest
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, I agree. Let us sleep here.
As you sleep happily. You wake the next day. No, I'm just kidding. Laureate's there. No, I kid. You guys have a nice sleep. It rains during the night, but it's that kind of like hollow, ricocheting sound of like it's very cozy. Like the rain doesn't kind of like it does. It comes through some cracks in the roof, but nowhere near you guys. And it's a case of like the very relaxing thud, like repetitive thuds of the drops on the roof, kind of like lull you to sleep. It's very nice, and you guys sleep well. Despite getting like the drop to wherever you met Elon, like even though you were revitalized in that process, you still don't necessarily feel like you've had like a night's rest, if you know what I mean. It's a case of like almost like foregoing sleep. It's like you got your shit back, but god damn am I tired. And like sleep comes pretty easily for the most part, and you sleep deep and heavily. If you dream, you don't remember them, and you wake after a solid 9 hours kind of thing. You get like a nice rest, and the day before you was grey. Everywhere is wet. It probably stopped raining maybe half an hour, 40 minutes before you woke up, and it looks like it's probably going to rain at some point again today. But yeah, there's like that kind of like if you've ever gone camping, that kind of like really nice aroma that's in the air from like wildflowers and rain when you wake up at like fucking balls o'clock. It's lovely. That kind of like hits your noses, and it's nice. And before you was the day ahead, and Dead Man's Haven is our destination.
Yup.
Yeah.
Do you water pony up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get going. In the woods.
You take off. Ghost Riders in the Sky place. It's very nice, very small.
Mm-hmm.
May I have a D100?
Not it.
Amy, you're going to have to do one at the in-person game, right?
No. You're less use.
My house, I have immunity.
I do.
As the DM, I'm going to ignore that. It's a delicious 42. It's me. Okay, 1 second. I asked for this. I asked for this roll before I had the tables up. The what? The answer? What?
Life, the universe, and everything.
That's from that intellectual book, isn't it? Let's see, what level are we, guys? We're level 10, correct?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Actually, while I'm scrolling through this, what is the story with Saturday, friends?
I'm around, so I
Yeah,
can
I'm
do.
around, yeah.
Oh, I mean, I know we're playing, but I know, Neil, you offered your place if Amy wanted a break, but Amy offered if people needed to stay and I need to stay, so where are we playing?
We can play in Amy's if it suits if it suits easier. It was more just the suggestion of like whatever makes people's lives
No, and
less
I
hassle.
do appreciate that, but I honestly don't mind.
Cool.
Cool. Is it okay to say yours then, Amy? Is that alright? It's not imposing or anything? Alright, cool. I have the tables up now, we'll get to it in a second. But I have to get a coach I've never gotten before. It takes 2 hours to get to Dublin apparently, which is fucking sounds off. But I suppose it's the Kilkenny and that countryside, so hopefully it'll be nice. But we can worry about a time, but yeah, I should be on time-ish like normal. Hopefully, I'll let people know in group chat.
So what time, like 4ish, 5ish, or earlier?
Well, I can get into Dublin. I can get like the 1 o'clock, so I'll get into like the Dublin at 3 because I wouldn't mind running around to like Evans's and shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, sure.
That sort of thing. If people
Yeah.
want to meet at 3, and then we can scuttle out
Head
to yours at like
half 4, 5, maybe.
4. Yeah,
Yeah.
is that cool? Is that an okay time for everybody?
Yeah.
Like, obviously, if
Yeah.
you want later, it's fine. It's just let me know. But yeah, no, that's cool. All right. Anyway, as you ride hard, whatever else Aragon says in that scene that people make innuendos about, you hear kind of this ethereal singing. And as you I was going to say cycle, as you gallop through the forest, you can see what looks like humanoids, like in terms of like people if they were made of like bark and leaf, and like earthly things and such. And it's just like, oh, strangers in our forest.
Hey, we've been here before. One time we saved people from the forest from a Medusa.
Ah, it is you. We've heard tale of your.
Who are you?
We are just but humble dryads of this glen.
What's a dryad?
And she's like, you could refer to us as forest spirits.
Oh. So from like the trees and the grass and stuff.
Are we intruding on your land? We didn't mean to disturb you.
Oh, no, of course not. Welcome to come and go as you please. Just these forests are, dangerous, especially these days. Don't know what would happen.
What
Dangers
kind of
lurking.
dangers?
Well, dangers lurking around every corner of any forest, but it seems the forests are much more uneasy these days, it seems. Shadows lurk. Frosted husks ramble and shamble through the underbrush. Ghastly.
Where are they? They sound like bad crack.
She looks at Esme and she's like, what is the crack?
The temptation to say Esme moons her. No,
Esme with a stern gaze unzips her pants.
no, he's like, yeah, that's from you know what that's from, guys? That's from a somewhat undead elf woman who lives in a faraway frosty land. Isn't that neat?
It certainly sounds toxic to our humble abode. But yes, I know her forces have clashed with the city in the center of this here forest.
Well, we'll keep an eye out, and should you see anything of note, if you can, I have no idea how easy it is for you to get from one part of the forest to the other, but if you were to get to the edges of Dead Man's Haven, you might be able to get in touch and we can come and help.
Oh yes, that could be helpful. Our trinkets are, bountiful and rare, and we always have thieves trying to take them. And she gestures to quite literally a small wooden sculpt that seems to have golden trinkets, necklaces, and they definitely seem to radiate magical energy. It's very much in the open and kind of look at our shit. It's fucking deadly. Yeah, she looks at Esme and looks at Treasure, and it's very just go on, take it, fucking day, go on.
She's like, "What? Hey, so, yeah, I'm Esme. This is Izzy and Rizbit and Coda. And if you need us, just say you're looking for Esme, Rizbit, Izzy, and Coda, and we'll come and help you. And who knows? Maybe we could, help each other and be paid for our work."
She does a slow bow as Esme finishes rambling. She's like, "So be it, Miss Esme, Rizbit, Izzy, and Coda."
Ooh, that's a nice name. It's like Cher, but the reverse.
She 100% thinks that's your full name.
Hey.
It's may your travels be fast and your hunts bountiful.
Thanks. Same to you.
And you ride off into the
Guys, we should go back and rob them.
Shouldn't.
At nighttime, I take out my Glock and I'm like, "You've it!"
I put the chloroform over Rizbit's mouth so I can steal his fire sword, and then I go back to the Dryads.
No.
He's just starts
If you try to chloroform Rizbit, he would just auto save the con roll and just punch you.
No, Esme chloroforms Rizbit, but she's like, "Haha, I got it," but it just turns out it's Rizbit chloroforming her, and she's like, "It doesn't make sense."
It does that immediate cut into her face, and she's got that big smile, and then it's like, "Wait, his arms are around my neck."
It's like, "Gotcha." Rizbit pulls off the mask. It's like, "Esme, but I'm Esme." It's like, Esme comes off and it's Rizbit, and he's like, "God, I want to draw that. That sounds haunting." But yeah, can someone give me another D100 roll as you cross the
Yeah, I'll do it.
halfway mark? I like that there's also non-violent kind of encounters. But obviously, if you
fun.
murder hobo kind of people, you can obviously make it violent.
Yeah, man, we could have murdered those Dryads if we wanted to.
We could have murdered him. We just didn't want to.
We just didn't want the treasure.
Ooh.
Oh god, I hate that noise.
No, I'm just not good at these stats.
83 dragons.
83 Hall of Dragons.
Whereas we just lice the sword yeah.
Woo.
If it obeys you. If not, it's gonna eat you.
As you
if there's 83 dragons, I think the hydra will be fairly distracting.
As you gallop forward, Coda leading the pack, mainly because Coda rolled. Whoever rolls is always up front. That's true. Coda, you're like, "This wood of Glen looks very weird." And you're kind of like, "It's very open. Why is the ground moving?" As tendrils of plants kind of whoosh. Can I roll initiative as the ground begins to shamble as if a mound of some sort?
How big is this? Can we see the creature, or is it just the ground moving?
Oh no, you can see it. It's this massive plant-like tendrils and such whipping out at you.
Why did everyone roll? I think someone cut out.
Huh?
Oh, you cut out.
What did you
There's
hear?
tendrils.
Oh, it's
We-
shambling mound, and we roll
Yeah.
initiative.
Oh.
Ah, the old tokens.
Right, starting us off is Coda. You guys get the battle map and load it up, okay? Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yep.
I'm gonna cowardly run behind Rizbit. Then I'm gonna shoot this mound. I'm gonna spend 2 grit points to get advantage on these.
Neat, neat, neat.
Does both hit?
Yes.
Oh, nice. 49 damage.
Ooh, excellent. Is that all?
That's
Coda?
me, yep.
Esme, you're up, friend.
Yeah, she's going to move over here. She's going to insightful fighting, and then she's going to fire.
Yep, you succeed. Succeeds.
27 radiant damage.
Nice, nice, nice. Solid damage. Is that all, Esme?
Yep, that's her done.
Oh, I thought that would be a weird attack. The mound shambles.
Ah!
Oh shit.
I'm going to evasion on the first one.
Yeah, that's cool. Esme, you take a total of oh, I got to round down. 29 bludgeoning damage, and you're grappled.
Whoop.
The shambling mound, kind of like as grappling, Esme seems to be like opening itself up as if to consume. And with that, we are at Isadora.
Can it make a dex save?
There's a 10.
Cool. Flame strike. It take 4d6 fire, 4d6 radiant. Yeah. 28.
Cool. The first bracket is fire, yeah, Amy?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
it's made
Is
of
that
plants,
all?
probably that's extra.
Is that all, Amy? Sorry.
Yes, it is.
Cool. And with that, we're at Rizbit.
Cool. I'm gonna charge this guy, and as I'm doing it, I'm gonna activate my flame greatsword again because I got that back.
Go for it, Buddo.
I'm gonna smash it twice.
Yee.
Both hit.
Cool. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I'm gonna add all smites to this, so it's gonna be 2 level 3 smites down as well.
Oh, you
Your first hit with the sword has to be an insane one, like. I'm taking bets. How many dice is he enrolling?
Yeah, take a bet. Take a bet.
Definitely more than 10.
12.
20.
20 dice.
Any other takers, Darren? It was 18 dice.
Oh
Whee!
my
I got closest.
God.
And
Okay,
the
Shit.
first bracket is all fire, the second bracket's all radiant.
despite the creature's resistance to fire, it perishes.
Oh, it's resistant to fire, but wow.
Oh.
Traveling mounds have a lot of fucking weird abilities, man. Some really fucking good ones, but
Yeah, Shane, we
Yeah.
got a Rizbit though, so
Yeah, so really.
that's amazing.
Yeah, wow.
yeah, Rizbit kind of slices one large tendril off and kind of like it reels back like and like exposing its core, and Rizbit just brings down, like, triggering the crit and like just ends its existence.
Go to golf claps.
Thanks.
The shambling mound perishes, and for you, it is indeed it kind of like sludges out a bit, kind of like goes limp, and you can see like as it dies, like all its vines and such let go of whatever tense object it had, and seemed to have been holding that of corpses, like skull and bones, and long swords rusted with age, and like that sort of thing. Obviously, its previous victims. You travel for a bit longer, and after a few days of like relatively nice sleep and such, you arrive at the perimeter that you know to be the forest walkers kind of area. The perimeter is quiet, bar some like otherworldly haunting humming and hymning, kind of singing. As you know the etiquette of like slowly proceeding through this area. Like the forest walkers, you can see them in the trees, kind of looking down. There's kind of like almost a odd mist over the area. It seems magical, it's out of place, that sort of thing. But they don't seem to be reacting to it in the sense that perhaps it is theirs, in terms of like a combat advantage sort of thing. A soft moonlight kind of glow kind of seems to penetrate it from above, yet despite it being midday, it's kind of has a blue haze to it all. The song and hymn and hums seem to come from these large constructs that look like ruin walls that seem to have like manifested and began walking upright. There's like moss, vines, and weeds growing out of them, and as they walk the perimeter, they seem to like almost like hum little hymns to themselves. But you press forward. You like they
Yeah, we're late. We're late.
yeah they don't stop you, but it's a case of like you guys know the proper etiquette of passing through, and it certainly slows down progression, but like not too crazy. But around like 3 p.m. or so, you come upon the city of Deadlands.
I missed this map.
Before you is Deadman Haven, friends. What do?
Yeah, where'd you first?
Coda, what do you want to do first, Jonesy? Alex?
Well, there's a couple of things we should probably get to here. We could leave out things at Alex's if that's what you would like. I mean, I of course I would like to, but there's other more.
Let's go see Alex.
Okay. Yeah, she turns and starts walking in that direction.
So are you heading to the mansion, or are you heading to the city watch?
I suppose I wouldn't. I'll use my ring because I have that. That's the thing I can do. So I'm gonna ask Alexander where he is.
He's like, oh, why? Are you what?
We're in the city. Surprise.
Like, oh my god! He's like, okay, no, yeah, I'm in work. We're at the city watch. I can't believe her.
All right, we'll head there. I'll see you soon. And I'll like,
It's like, see, yeah, he seems like really like,
oh,
oh,
he's so cute. I guess I'll hang up my ring. I don't know how that works, and then I will, yeah, we'll head towards the city watch, I guess. I guess while we're walking, Kodo's gonna fill them in. I don't know. I assume, like, on the way to Deadman's Haven, he would have been kind of telling them, like, "Oh, here's the rumors I've heard and stuff." But like, just to have it said that, like, he's kind of mentioning the stuff that you posted on the page, like the stuff that like Moonlight, is that her name? Mother Moonlight? Yeah, has been like super reclusive and not talking to anyone, and like things are getting tense because like everyone's blaming Bones for everything that's going wrong, and he's all, fuck this, and problems and stuff. And yeah, I'll be kind of explaining that stuff that's been going on that I heard from Alexander.
I swear, you put out one fire, another springs up right next to you.
I don't know if this is something. Well, it must be related, but I can't figure out why she's disappeared.
I mean, the last time anyone saw her was that whole deal with Laureate, right?
I believe so. And then she sort of upped defenses, more forest walkers, those constructs outside. Perhaps it's just draining all of her power and she can't. Maybe she can't move or be seen. She's too busy maintaining these defenses. I'm not sure. But she won't even speak to Bones.
Well, I think we need to find out. I mean, if we're going to be leaving Erethdorf for a while, like, we don't want this whole thing to blow up, you know?
Oh, I absolutely agree. I just wonder what we can do to gain an audience where her own sheriff can't.
Well, let's talk to Bones and find out.
We should try, yes.
As you cross the city seems as busy as ever. Merchants are coming up to you, be like, "Oh, buy our trinkets, buy this authentic Deadman's Haven wine." You know, the usual. They're pestering you as you walk across.
Where the fuck are they growing grapes?
Yeah, it looks a bit like an odd liquid. There are certainly more patrolmen about. They seem to be like kind of in like a crappier version of the uniform, but they look very civilian turned city watching, which is quite literally what they are.
Yeah, they're like a militia, right?
Yeah, an impromptu militia kind of thing, under direction of Bones. But yeah, for the most part, the city seems a bit more bustling, and I don't know. There's like a weird air you can't quite put to it, maybe a tension, but it's certainly alive. And Bone Man, yes. But yeah, you approach the city watch, and there's like two guards outside it, like just standing guard. They don't pester the party, but they certainly like oh hey, we're guards, that sort of thing.
Esme holds out both of her hands and she says, "Guys, we all know who Bones wants to see first."
Me.
Yeah, she's like, she just looks at Rizbit, is like racing to the door.
I chop up Esme's legs.
Hey! I misty step the rest of the way with my half a body.
Walk into the fucking building.
Esme just gets in over the threshold and just goes, Bonesy!
Esme doesn't have to get far because in the main area that looks kind of like the most roped together ragtag office now, like desks have been pulled into odd locations. It looks very much like just weird. But there are some what you might consider like, I guess, rookies or interns, like not if they had typewriters they'd be hacking away at them, but just like scribing away. And like Alex like jumps to his legs or jumps to his feet and it's like, oh my God! And like a tackles Coda kind of thing. And you just hear a familiar like as Bones sits on a desk as Shorty sits behind him, clearly like threading some sort of like needle and thread through his back, as Bones looks pretty worse for wear. He's got like a black eye, busted lip. He doesn't have like that bandana over his mouth. He's just kind of like smoking a pipe. Looks like he's just literally got out of a fresh bar fight sort of thing. And Shorty is clearly like patching up some sort of laceration or something on his back.
Hello, gorgeous.
I was like, oh, thank you. Make an angel blush. To what do I owe the displeasure, Miss Nyla?
And what about the pleasure of having Isadora here? She was really polite to you just now. Hey, so we came because we
Drag me
went.
into your shit.
Hey,
He
you.
takes a drag on his pipe and like looks at Esme and he's like, I stand by my statement.
You spoke first, and I just wanted to acknowledge the fact that I was rude and interrupted you. However, she just turns back and she's like, "So we heard that the mayor's taken the mayor won't talk to you anymore. So we wanted to come and talk about that. Also, we met the god of murder and the god of Mars in a lighthouse nearby or a temple nearby. What have you been doing? Something fun." Something fun, no doubt. Something busy. Are you doing busy work, Bones? Are you busy, Bones? Busy Bonesy. Oh, you're a busy Bonesy these days, aren't you, busy Bonesy?
This was a mistake.
Yeah, it was. You're a mistake. As he starts like putting, it's like, this isn't a parachute. This is how I die.
He's just like, as Esme's rambling, he's just like taking a pull on his like pipe, but like as Esme goes on, he just doesn't stop taking a pull. He's like, stops. He's like, oh god, one day he's like, I just can't wait to die. Okay. And he's like, yes, the rumors are true. And like as he's saying this, like Alex is like murmuring, like trying to be like both professional and control his giggling and that sort of thing. To the point where like Bones like is just like, I'll allow it kind of thing. He's kicked the shit.
I'm going to allow this.
Yeah, he's like it's just gonna be too much of an earful if I say no at this point. But yeah, he's like, yeah, no, she's very reclusive and I don't know why I'm such a pretty face. I think I'd get in everywhere personally.
I think so too. Plus, you have a badge. People should probably respect the badge.
Well, she is the leader. She's technically above the badge, I suppose, in some way or another.
That's true. I know what to do. I'll go talk to her.
Oh, yeah?
I mean, it's one of those things. I don't live here. If she banishes me, I don't really lose out.
Wow, you really struggled on that one. Jesus, that's the most I've ever seen you type for words.
I mean, it's not. It's true. If she's just hanging out, she could just be in there smoking for all we know.
Well, when was the last time anyone spoke to her?
Face to face, and he's like, ooh, a couple of months now, I guess, since the attack.
What was the last? Like, did something in particular happen? Did anything set her off? Was she acting weird?
He kind of like sets up straight and kind of groans as like he moves and obviously like puts pressure on whatever the hell Shorty's fixing up at the back of him. I was like, no, she was there for the attack and like kind of led the charge and like fell the wicked beast and all that. The stuff. Same old shit. But no, she was fine for a while and then it just slowly became more and more reclusive and just would only talk to us through like he doesn't say it, but like is the word like an emissary or like a spokesperson, chairman?
Yeah, emissary is a good.
Yeah, that kind of thing, like a middleman essentially. Yeah, it was very odd, but like to my knowledge, she's in good health.
Yeah, are you sure she's not dead and the emissaries are covering it up?
He just kind of like strains his eyes and he's like, I didn't actually consider that, like, genuinely. Like, it never crossed my mind that they might have killed her and are just biding their time. Oh, God, I hope they haven't killed her. I can't do it.
Or maybe she just died holding that up. And maybe, maybe she is the protective spell around this now. But there's only one way to find out. And Esme, basically just turns to the door. It's like, this is nice catching up with your Bones. Oh wait, no. Is there any other news? How's Trix? How's life at home? How's your home life?
He just kind of like smokes and he just like looks at all the lacerations and cuts and points to the busted lip and he's like, "Oh, I can't complain. It's very nice, very peachy. I feel welcome. I feel loved. Yourself. It's all a growing young boy needs. It's fine."
Wait, who did you get into a fight with?
Oh, pretty much everybody.
Oh,
as he says that, like Shorty, like,
Okay, who did you get into a fight with today?
Oh, there is. Now we're cooking with spells. There was a disturbance at one of the lower floor bars, and I took it upon myself to investigate. As you know, I've been behind a desk a lot of the time these days, doing a lot of paperwork for this little ragtag rookies that are on the street. Just like, hey, and they did not respect my authority, and I asked them calmly and collectively to lie down on the ground, or I would put them on the ground. And then someone decided that my face would look really good with a chair attached to it, and it just kind of like got into a whole thing. But trust me, if you think I'm bad, you should see their fists. They're twice as bad.
Esme like leans over towards to try and catch Shorty's eye. This is like, is this true?
And he nods and he's like, "Oh yeah, he tried to take on 6 of them. They're on hold up, but yeah, they're pretty much unscathed."
She just like her eyelids just get heavy. It's like, sad. Was it down in the White Rabbit?
And he's just like, was it down the White Rabbit? And Bones like, yeah, it was down the White Rabbit.
That's unfortunate.
Alex is like, so, why are you here? Why didn't you tell me? Where have you been? What's happening? What's going on? I'm like, oh my god.
Esme literally just goes, oh my god, and she walks out of the room. Before she goes, she tells Bones that Alex has had her hand inside a hole in her back. Just to see his face, and then she leaves.
He just leans back and is like, "Shorty, how much do I have to pay you to kill me?" And he's like, "That's against the law, sir." And he's like, "I hate you." Yeah, Cole, what does Coda say to...
I'm here to help, like I said I would be. I promised you I'd be here to, try and speak to Mother Moon and deal with this whole situation. And also, we were in the area and we were passing by and...
Ooh, we just have to do around. I like
That's what you could have given me some heads up so I could have at least got cleaned up the day off. There's a number of things I could have.
I mean, we heard your house has bigger problems than being dirty.
It's like, okay, you just don't need to, air the dirty laundry, is it all?
Well, apparently you do if your house is a mess.
It's like, oh, it's okay then.
And then she just turns back around. Bones, what's the deal with the militia?
He's like, what do you want to know?
Well, there sure seems to be a lot more of them, and we heard... Nice.
Yeah, no, we dealt with a few of them. They let power go to their head, that whole thing. But, yeah, no, it's a bit impromptu. I'm not a fan of it, but hey, if it keeps, the public from kicking down that door and rearranging this beautiful masterpiece, then I gotta play ball for a little bit longer, I think.
But, like, everything's okay for the moment, or?
It's certainly quiet now, but how long that lasts is beyond me. But for a while it wasn't. But it's with the militia, it's fine.
Okay.
Okay. Between us and the militia, it's fine. But with the people, it's just there's no talking to Moon. Her guards are a bit snarky, to say the least, and some people don't like that. Rightfully so. Nobody likes being kept in the dark. But yeah, we try to at times. But we try to, quell any resistance or any unrest or, just upsetness. And sometimes it goes well and sometimes it doesn't. But at the moment, we're enjoying a nice, well-earned time of peace. He smiles and there's just blood all in his skin.
Mm-hmm. You can see that.
Bones, has anyone seen Osmos? Is it, sorry to add character, was Osmos the dog? Mother Moon's dog? Who talked with the straw hat on?
Yes, it was, and he shakes his head. He's like, no, Osmos stays inside with her for the most part. Why do you ask?
No, I was just wondering if they both vanished inside, or if it was just her.
Who's speaking for her right now?
Just what's his name? Shorty, the tall, lanky fellow I want to hurt. And he's like, Jeremiah. Sorry,
I thought it was going to be Billy.
Billy found good, honest work. Like, no, Jeremiah. Sorry, he's like, and like Bones like, yes, Jeremiah. He's a very tall, human man who's a delight to speak to and does not at all under Justice's oath. He like holds up, cross fingers, like have the most punchable face in the city.
No monologue.
Yeah, she stepped out and suddenly it's like black and white and raining and yeah.
She's in a trench coat.
Yep.
The city's a dying animal, and I'm the cure. You go down left, I had to go right. But yeah, he's like, yeah, you're welcome to try.
Well, I mean, what choice do we have? The alternative is just leaving it until this whole place boils over and no one knows what happened to Min.
Like, all of them, like Bones, Shorty, Alex, and like the rookies all do that. Like, she's not wrong. Like they all in unison do that facing. Yeah.
Over here, we might as well try.
Alex looks at Coda and he's like, "Do you want me to escort you guys over as a policeman?" And he like kind of half folds.
Yes, please. I think we need a police escort.
He's like, "Marvelous," and like takes Coda by the hand and kind of like runs ahead, sort of thing. They pass Esme as she monologues and
she puts a cigarette out on a child.
Yeah. Like the kid's just like, "You talk funny." He's like, "You've got stupid hair."
Esme, we're going to the manor.
You see, Esme's got her foot on the wall, and she's like cleaning her boots, and it's like, "Oh, good! I'm getting ready to kick the door in," and she just follows them.
But yeah, you guys walk and talk with Dearest Alexander. He's like, "So what have you guys been up to? Like, you guys have been gone a while. It's great to see everybody." And he like squeezes Coda's hand as he says,
I ended an entire race of creatures, and I bears heavily on my soul every day.
Esme,
No, it doesn't.
we ended an entire race of creatures.
I mean, one of us put our
effort.
sword through them at the end, and it was me. I could have let that man go. But now
Well,
he's
okay,
dead.
Esme, if you want to claim credit for that, then that's it. You can have that. I can give that to you.
I don't want to claim credit, Isadora, because I just have to feel the guilt.
Cool.
What was your question, Alex?
I couldn't help but realize that you've got some guilt there. If it's bearing that heavy, would you not just visit a mage and get the whole? He points to his head and he's like, just removed or blocked if it's that terrible. Also,
No, because the people in Uria are doing that, and it's very bad for us.
Yeah, that's fucked up, man. You can't just get rid of your bad emotions and expect like yourself to function properly.
I'm not saying I endorse it. I'm just saying if it's clearly like you ended an entire race, apparently that's heavy. Just saying, it's an option. Some people drink, some people remove memories. It's
I just kill more things.
Yeah, or just be more psychotic. Sure. Okay. Apart from racial genocide, what did you get up to?
Oh my God, we met Mars. No, we met the right hand of Mars, who is a god, and Rizbit got his sword back after a meanie broke it. What else has happened? We were in Uria. There was a giant shroud dog that chased us out of Uria. That was fun.
Your brother-in-law is a god of murder.
That's really funny. Your boyfriend had his hand inside me, and now he's holding you with it. Shut up.
Alex goes a shade of red that matches Coda's complexion.
Esme just like,
do I
Esme, it was purely medical. You don't have to phrase it like that. This proves nothing.
yeah, well, your boyfriend's trying to phrase it like I had a choice in who my sister married, so you better watch his red mouth. Anyway,
I don't want to
I'm
speak for
very
anyone,
confused.
but you sound very defensive, Esme. You sound vexed. Is there anything?
She always says defensive and vexed.
Is this a
sorry.
byproduct of the heavy
My guilt.
sins that
It's a byproduct of my guilt.
heavy? Would you like
Ooh,
me to
I have
drink
another
this, mate?
story.
Oh,
I have
do
another
tell.
story. It's about the heroism of Coda. So,
Oh,
Coda,
This
being
isn't
the
going to be
heroic young
flattering.
man that he
This is going to be
is.
terrible. Don't listen
Hey,
to that.
of course.
Sorry,
of course.
who's talking? Who's talking?
You always.
Yeah, and doing things too. So we were in Uria and we got all of these names, a list of people that we were supposed to like deal with. And Coda took his parents on a visit to the countryside while I got shit done.
I know. I was there.
What? Oh, you were? Yeah. You let your boyfriend leave a war state to do a fucking escort mission.
What? Esme, why do you say I let? I don't control him. He's his own man.
He's no man.
Haphazardly like pets his face. He's like, I don't control him. He can do what he wants. I respect his decisions.
Thank you.
I mean, I'm glad someone does.
Yeah, statistically, someone has to.
His mom thinks he's cool.
He's like, how I've missed this completely and utterly like abusive relationship. It's lovely.
Hey, hold on, actually.
Yes.
Is there anyone left living in your house? Because when we left your house, there was a load of people living there. I don't know who's living
Red
where
and Monkey
anymore.
are still there, aren't they?
Monkey Bones. No, Monkey, Red, and Oliver. What?
Oh,
Oh,
I know
Oliver's
I'm
here.
happy. I want to see Oliver. How's Oliver? Is he behaving himself?
He's like, yeah.
I'm scared. If this child is also Ball, I'm gonna be angry. Oh my god, Balliver.
Oliver?
He finds a book on Ball and he's like, yeah, like it's just like this religion like speaks to me.
Oh no, he's going through his edgy phase.
He's got like dreads and a cracked iPhone. He's like, just do a line, Esme. It's fine. I'll tell you about how capitalism's.
Oh my god.
he's aging rapidly. He's in his teenage phase already.
Esme's gonna throw him off one of the wooden bridges and basically jump into the water with him.
She's like, Oliver, join my move. I want to ask you something. Yes, what? Fuck off. No, like, there was a few fires, but yeah, he's a little scamp.
What? Wyatt is with. So Dave started fire. Okay, this is good. We'll talk to him later. Yeah, what's been going on with you, Alex? How's your life?
Oh, it's marginally improved all of a sudden. And he looks at Cole.
Oh.
Don't
Sorry,
groan.
sorry.
No, that's no.
Sorry, give me 2 moments. She literally just spits over the side.
He's like, take your time, Esme, and he like nuzzles into Cole.
Esme literally produces the bracelet that Kay gave her. It's like, I have the person I'm dating's skin on me, and I feel less attached to him right now in comparison to the two of you.
He's like, well, Esme, perhaps that needs to be worked on. Would you? I could give some tips. Would you like to discuss your relationship or something? Is that what you're getting at? We could tonight, we could have a bottle of wine. We could figure out where it's gone wrong. Is that what you're trying to say? Or?
No, you get handsy when I'm in your house with you. Just moves
At
towards
some
the
point,
manor.
I'm going to circle back to that because I still have I don't understand this, and I want to.
Esme,
but anyway.
you asked me to investigate the weird thing on your back. I did. And that's all there was to it. That's literally all she wrote.
True.
So if anything, you instigated this whole thing.
I'm just that woman, like that's just who I am.
going after someone else's man. He's like,
I mean,
Jeff.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean,
She's hit on people in relationships before.
wait, who?
Burn!
Oh, that's
Well, now you see Amy. In her defense, Verna
very
was
special.
was a day old widow. So like,
That's
Oh,
like-
of course.
Well, they want to catch you on the rebound. That's prime time.
Forget.
Yeah.
your boy was just 18 hours in the grave. It's grand.
And
Corpse
then he
wasn't
got
even
better.
cold.
He got better. Anyway,
Esme at the funeral cracks fingers like, shit one. So what are you doing later?
you going out after this? My husband's funeral.
Where's everyone drinking after this? It's basically like, this is kind of shit. He's like, okay, well, and gestures to Moon's building, and he's like, here we are.
Esme just rocks up and then knocks lightly on the door.
The doors like kind of do that like ominous like.
Ooh,
Alex
nice.
turns to Coda and he's like, you're obviously coming home tonight and all that jazz, yeah?
Of course, yeah.
He's like, cool. Well, I'm on late shift tonight, so I'll probably finish at like 2 in the morning. Like, I'll probably see you all back at the house.
It's okay, he doesn't sleep.
I sleep
He's like-
a healthy and normal amount, enough
Oh,
to
you
not
don't.
enough to not die and still function.
Cool.
He's like, yes, don't worry, I know. And he's like, okay, I'll see you tonight. And he like kisses Coda, and he's like, okay, love you, bye, and runs off.
Yeah, I'll kind of like kiss him back. And, yeah, love you, bye.
Yeah.
all that, blah, blah.
Cool. Yeah. As that happens, Esme pushes open the door slightly. Rizbit behind her, followed closely by Isadora, and then obviously when Coda bids Alex farewell, follow suit. The entrance hall is lined with Mother Moon's, is like, the guard that like have been here countless times. The air is stale and chilly.
Oh no.
One of the
Glorious.
one of the guards descend and is like, "Hi, visitors. Hello, yes. Yes, you're that band of adventurers. A Miss Nilo, a Salt Fuel, a Tanner, I believe is Coda.
Darrow.
Oh, sorry. Apologies, Darrow. It's been some time. I haven't personally met any of you. My name's Jeremiah. I'm the emissary for Mother Moon. What can I do for you?
Hey Jerry, what's up? How's Mother Moon? And Esme immediately casts detect thoughts.
Nice.
What is the read the spell there, Neil? Because I'm pretty sure he has to save. If you're like out, do you mean like surface thoughts, or are you like probing thoughts?
Just surface thoughts for the moment.
And his surface thoughts are like, oh god, what does she want now? What is this? So kind of more like vexed, like, oh god, just get them out of the building, sort of thing. Like,
Oh, I have so much work to do and now I have to deal with the visitors coming.
yeah, it's just like, oh, just let's.
I
just
know
send
that
them
feel,
away.
Jeremiah.
But yeah, it's like, she's busy as ever. Why do you ask? Is there an issue? Does she have an audience we can reschedule?
Do you know what would be really good? It would be super important for us to get a chance to talk to her. We have very relevant and pressing news about a potential upcoming attack from the Ice Warriors and our ability to deal with that. And we could do with speaking with a person who has actual battle experience with them.
I'm gonna say deception because you don't. Is there an attack?
Not an imminent one, but we're going.
Yeah, well, but then in that case it would be deception. Then.
Oh,
Oof.
He gives Esme that like, oh honey face, and he's like, well, I will pass on this.
okay,
dreadful-
Jerry, listen. People think she's dead. I need to see that she's not dead.
Why would she be dead? If she was dead, we would announce her death. What?
Well, maybe you would.
Why hasn't anyone seen her?
She does not wish to be disturbed. We're simply honoring her wishes.
Okay,
I mean,
but
that's
people are
great,
getting
but she's a
worried.
public figure.
Maybe so. Her wish is not to be disturbed, therefore we will not disturb her.
Well, isn't she concerned about isn't she concerned about her own people's concerns? There are rumors. People just want to know she's all right.
He's like, look, it's complicated, and as he says that, like the doors at the back of the hall kind of like slowly like open of their own volition, and a chilly breeze comes forward from a darkened room, and she's like, "Let them enter, Jeremiah."
Darren, is that Laura yet?
No, it just sounds like a croaky old lady.
Oh.
How old is? No,
She didn't sound like that. No.
Yeah.
See, Jeremiah, we're expected. Esme walks up.
That kind of bowed
Esme-
Jeremiah.
As you rise along the steps towards the door, you notice that there is darkness in this room and nothing more, and flakes of cold air kind of drip out and gingerly land on your cheek.
Are you turning into the Ice Queen, Mother Moon?
There is no response, but the room before you is dark and you may enter. Do you?
Yep.
She extends the rod of Pelor to give no
I
active.
pushes me in.
Yeah, she's in. She's holding
Yeah.
out that rod.
Like a flare. Yeah, as you go in, the doors slowly close behind you, and what little light they allowed in disappears, and you hear like a very croaking cough, followed by kind of like when you can hear a smile in something, and the room grows colder, and we'll leave it there.
Oh dear.
We won't leave it exactly there.
Oh, is this an epilogue?
We see some boots. Dancing between these boots is light. From what looks like a torch, and we eventually see what looks like a gargantuan bonfire, as a mound of what looks like body parts and wood are being burnt. Kind of like a pyre. That's the right word, not bonfire, pyre. And we see a silhouette of a figure, and they're looking at this massive pyre and engulfs the whole thing, like they're solitary in the middle of it, and they kind of crouch down onto their hunkers kind of thing, and you see a kind of a stray black mutt kind of come up and kind of nuzzle against him, and you just see that golden hand, and he's just like, good boy, and it's that familiar voice of Kay, and that's all we see.
Ooh.
But yeah, guys, we'll leave it there, and we will resume this on Saturday. I'll try to get to Dublin for 3. I'll double check times and shit tomorrow night or on Saturday, and we can fucking triangulate something.
Cool.
But yeah,
That
good
was
game,
really
guys.
cool.
I'm glad nobody died.
That Mars stuff was so cool.
Very, very cool.
That was fun. I was worried.
Oh, so good.
In that case.
Night.
All right,
Yeah,
night, guys.
night,
Okay,
Night,
good night,
everyone.
guys.
Well played.
Good night.